There's a step-by-step recording process that I've used for the last 5 years that's made speaking on camera way easier for me and my clients. And it's also helped me bring in almost $1 million to my business purely through YouTube, because speaking like this builds more trust and connection that turns viewers into buyers. Now, to understand this, there's a downward spiral that happens to most entrepreneurs when they first start talking to camera. And this is, first off, they don't enjoy it because they feel awkward, uncomfortable, unable to be themselves, and they feel that they're not able to be fluent on camera. And second, their audience picks up on this lack of enjoyment and reinterprets it as inauthenticity. And this is because the definition of inauthenticity is feeling one way and then presenting yourself in another. And what happens is entrepreneurs try to present themselves in this positive, upbeat way when actually they're feeling super awkward and uncomfortable. So I found a solution that makes speaking feel good, which solves both of these problems and builds way more connection. And this has been working for myself and the thousands of entrepreneurs that I've helped to use this system. This first thing is a prerequisite, because if you don't do this, nothing else is going to work. Imagine the following scenario. There's two entrepreneurs. The first one is called Billy. Billy has an idea for a video. It sort of comes in the form of this epiphany, and he's like, right, this would be a good thing to talk about. So he jots down 2 bullet points, and he's got his plan in front of him, and he thinks, right, I'm an expert enough, I know my subject, so I'm gonna sort of riff around these bullet points, job done. He starts talking, he hits the bullet points, and at the end he thinks, yeah, I reckon that could probably help some people, and I think that was pretty good. I'm gonna put that out there. The second entrepreneur is Robert. And Robert has the same epiphany. They're in the same business, let's say. He has the same ephany, same idea. It's like, cool, I'm gonna make a video about this. He writes down a couple of bullet points, and instead of just making the video there and then, he decides, you know what, I'm gonna flesh this out a bit. I'm gonna take a couple of hours. So he gets his morning energy, right? He gets his coffee, he gets this deep work vibe going, puts on a good playlist. And then he starts expanding out these 2 points into a framework that he could visually show to his audience that lead them to this epiphany and allow them to have this mic drop moment. He looks at his framework, realizes this could genuinely help people, he presses record, and he's so excited to record this video now because he realizes that this could really help people. This is going to deliver genuine value that could potentially change people's lives. No matter what his niche is, this could help his ICP and his avatar really get closer from their problem to their dream. Now imagine whose video performs better. Was it Silly Billy's or Resourceful Robert's? I would definitely put my money on Resourceful Robert, and the only thing he did differently was spend 2 or 3 hours of his day planning his video out strategically. Robert, in this situation, he's gonna have a spark in his eye when he's talking to camera. He's gonna have that little bit more energy bubbling under the surface because he knows that his content is genuinely good. By the way, I teach members exactly how to do this inside the Natural Speaking System Accelerator for Entrepreneurs, which is open right now. Now, this next step in the recording process, once you've got your plan down, is unskippable because it is the difference between grinding and pushing your way through the recording process with endless retakes and struggles versus feeling magnetically pulled through your video and speaking in a flow state. And to illustrate this, let me take you back to 1940. It's the midst of World War II, and the Allies are in a troublesome spot. Dunkirk has just been evacuated with 300,000 men retreating back, and the people of Britain are very, very concerned about the reality of a real invasion. Winston Churchill is tasked with giving a speech to boost the nation's morale. Now, biographers have said that when Winston Churchill was making these speeches, especially throughout the summer of 1940 when they really needed them, he was imagining his audience in exactly the situation they'd be when they heard his speech. So he was imagining families gathered around their radios, worried about the invasion, worried about bombs being dropped, and the kind of psychological fear that they would have in their mind, not knowing what was going to happen. And he would speak to them with that image in his mind. Not only that, he would also imagine the morale of the nation matching his tone, and he would imagine their morale being lifted up as he was speaking. Now, we're making YouTube videos, we're not giving speeches in World War II, luckily, but we can take this same technique. And the reason this actually translates is because Churchill didn't have his audience in front of him. He was speaking to a microphone, and his audience were receiving it in a different location. It's the same with YouTube. I'm speaking to a camera right now, you're not literally here, but I can imagine you watching it on the other side. And so step number 2 is to imagine your avatar where they are at and to meet them there. An image that I like to use is my avatar or my ICP, my ideal customer profile, is reaching out. They're in a problem state. They don't know how to speak on camera and it's really frustrating them. And maybe speaking on camera is the one bottleneck that's in between their problems right now and their dreams of where they want to go. And with that image in my mind, then I can meet them energetically and connectively with how I'm speaking. If you don't do this and instead you literally just see a camera and the image in your mind is I'm talking to this weird robot on a tripod and this video is just going to go out to the whole internet, your psyche and psychology is just going to be full of images of people judging you. What happens if my colleague sees this? And you're just going to be absolutely scrambled. You have no idea who you're talking to. Imagine the difference between the deer in the headlights feeling that comes with that and the locked-in connectiveness that comes with imagining your specific avatar and then imagining their morale, their inspiration rising and falling and rising and falling as you are speaking. In the specific moments that you're talking, you can feel the energy of the other person. You can visualize that changing as you speak. The third step in this recording process takes 2 minutes, but it makes a world of difference. This is actually something that I discovered when I was doing a self-administered 30-day talking on camera challenge back when I was 21 in my parents' garden, and I was trying to break out of this really inauthentic presentery mask that I had. I had this really monotonous voice. I was full of ums. I couldn't be myself. I felt really awkward and stiff in my body. The camera was judging me. It was all of the bad stuff. It's pretty interesting. And then after that, I'll probably either work out, like go for a run, or like I'm just getting back into weights. I used to do them quite a lot, but now I haven't done it in fucking ages, so I'm kind of getting back into building some gains. And I started this 30-day challenge when I'd speak to camera for 5 to 10 minutes every day as practice videos. I wouldn't put them on YouTube or anything, and I just watch them back and see where I could improve. And something that I discovered was when I did a 2-minute exercise before talking to camera, I was twice as good. And when I didn't do this, I was flat, monotonous, and boring. And what it was an exercise that boosted my state. Tony Robbins talks about this all the time. It's a well-known phenomenon that your physiology can be optimized for performance, or it can be completely suboptimal and you can be in an apathetic state, an overthinking state, or an anxious state. And you can change your state very quickly with specific exercises. So what I would do when I was doing that recording challenge was either pick meditation, breathing techniques, or shaking out my body for 2 or 3 minutes before recording. And the difference I found was remarkable. And while you might have resistance here and being like, what, you're telling me to shake my body before I talk to camera, what are you talking about? The difference here is between your nervous system being in some stage of fight or flight versus your nervous system being relaxed and optimized. Follow that 3-step process every single time before you record, and how you speak on camera will transform. If you want to be part of an 8-week accelerator cohort and get all of this stuff completely embodied in your system, so it's second nature, check out the Natural Speaking System, which is in the description below. Spaces are now open for enrollment. I'll either see you there, or first, if you want to learn what the 7 speaking mistakes are that are killing your views and sales right now, I'll see you in this video next.